people underestimate how good a coach Mike Vrabel is, bro.
They do it every year, man. They underestimate our physicality. They underestimate what a run game, elite run game can do to you. They underestimate what our defense is. They do it every single season. They just think they see Tannehill and our little receiving core and think that we just not gonna win nothing.
People gotta understand as well. I mean, everybody wants to win the Super Bowl. It's a process to get there. When you on a mission or whatever, I mean, you set goals. That's why I always mention, hey man, we need to worry about winning this division, get to the playoffs. Ain't nobody selling for mediocrity. All that foolishness y'all say.
So I got a dream that I'm gonna be at the top of the scene. On every screen, making my presence something to be seen, yeah. I'll make them all see that I could be anything I wanna be. If you got a dream, then you need persistence and lots of belief, yeah. Yo, don't take that negative energy, I replace that. I just wanna be me, I don't fake that. I just wanna be free, yeah, chase that. I got a new obsession, it's helping and teaching and giving everyone a lesson. It's living and winning and building something that's impressive. I don't wanna do the same thing, I wanna be progressive, So I'ma make a new me, a new beast, a true fiend. He's everything that he wants to be. Look in the mirror, what he wants to see is a dude looking back at me. I stay on track, yeah, track things. I'm setting goals, life hacking. I'm steady stacking. I see myself being happy. A better me with a strategy that I'm attacking.
Yes, sir! You know what time it is, man. Welcome to the Titans Colosseum Podcast. Hey, I don't need no introduction. RJ don't need no introduction. Firestone damn sure don't need no introduction. And even though our guest for the night don't need no introduction, we gonna give him a one anyway because we really appreciate him coming through. Everybody give it up for our guest. He's the host of the Halftime Show with Cortland Griffith. Hey, y'all, welcome Cortland to the Titans Colosseum Podcast, everybody.
Man, I appreciate it. Appreciate it being on, fellas.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How you been feeling, man?
Man, you know, as a Titans fan, you know, it's been up and down. It's been a roller coaster this year, but you know, I mean, I'm all good. I've pretty much let my thoughts be known, and those who know me from the Twitter communities and Twitter spaces have pretty much heard me voice my opinions and some things. But I'm happy to bring it to the Titans Colosseum today.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, RJ, Firestone, man. What's on y'all mind for the day, fellas?
I'll go first, man. Right now, I think we just kind of let's win this football game, man. You know, I think that's kind of what's on everybody's mindset. I want to see more. I want to see improvement. I want to see, you know, I just want to see things going in the right direction now. Yeah, but for so long, I feel like we just been wandering in the wilderness, going in a roundabout, and now I feel like we got a direction of where we're trying to go. And that's how I'm feeling.
Yeah, it finally feels like the new page has been turned. It's going to be work ahead of us, but, you know, Will Levis is QB1 now. Mike Vrabel finally announcing that. We're going to cover that a little bit later in the show, too, his reaction and some stuff. We got some clips on that. But it finally feels like new era's here. We got a young QB now. It's time to start building around and see what we can do. And like you said, let's go start seeing and stacking up these wins and these good games, and let's see what he can do and see where he needs to improve for next year.
Yes, sir. Hey, thank you to everybody that's watching the podcast tonight, man. Shout out to Running Sneeze. Shout out to my cousin, Brandon Grice, man. Hey, and shout out to the Facebook user as well. Make sure you give StreamYard permission to use your name on this podcast so you can get recognized the right way. But we're going to go ahead and pass this thing over to Firestone, get a word from our sponsors, and we're going to get this thing started.
Absolutely. Gentlemen, if you've been searching for the perfect product to keep your facial hair in tip-top shape, Lion's Den Beard Collection got you covered. Their carefully curated collection of beard oils, balms, and grooming tools are out are cut above the rest. When it comes to beer care, settle for nothing less than Lions Den Beer Collection. Go to lionsdenbeercollection.com, use promo code Coliseum, get 25% off your order. I promise you will not be disappointed with the products. If you're having troubles growing your beard, they also have beer growth serums as well for you. So once again, go check out lionsdenbeercollection.com, use promo code Coliseum, get 25% off your order.
Yes, sir. Get that beard on point, man. I ain't been keep
Yeah.
repeating myself about it. You know how I feel about the beards. Your beard can't be out here stinking. Your beard can't be out here all nappy and looking crazy. Make sure you getting it lined up and make sure you're using everything that Lions Den Beard Collection got to offer. But hey, Cortland, man, tell the people a little bit about yourself, man.
Let's say I like to call myself a day zero Titans fan. Been a Titans fan since they were the Tennessee Oilers. So let's just, put that into perspective. Um, I've been to both uniform reveals, man. I was at the groundbreaking of Adelphia Coliseum for those who remember it. Before it was Nissan, before it was LP, it was Adelphia Coliseum. I've been in the sports media business now for about 4 years. Covered college football mainly. I just kind of dipped my toe into NFL, and luckily it was with my favorite team, the Tennessee Titans. So this year I got to cover training camps, mini camps, and a couple of games preseason. So yeah, man, I'm bringing not only a professional perspective, but also a passionate fan as well. So I'm looking forward to doing this show, man. Giving you guys some sound bites to put out there.
Hey, that's what's up, man. That's what's up, man. Fellas,
He
y'all
already ready to put this clips to work. I'm excited, man. Yes, sir.
yeah, man. Y'all ready to get this thing rolling though?
Yes, sir.
Hey, let's get it, man. Hey, you already know what the talk of the week been, man. It's been Will Levis. Hey, Vrabel finally bowed down, gave him that number one quarterback position, man. And we're gonna start it off with RJ, man. I'm gonna get your thoughts on Will Levis being named quarterback one.
Man, it's about damn time. Because I've been on this damn podcast, bro, saying that we need a quarterback for God knows how long, bro. And there's nothing. Look, no slight at Tannehill. Tannehill's done a lot of good things for this franchise, but I started to see it probably last year. I'm like, bro, he's not gonna get us there, bro. You know what I'm saying? As much as I love Tannehill, and I like I said, I promise that I'm not gonna say nothing else bad about him now that he's not our quarterback no more. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna show him his respect. But man, you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, finally, we got a young quarterback in the good direction, man. It took a lot for Vrabel to name him number one quarterback. You can see it in his face, man. But it feels good, man. It feels good.
Facts. And before we kick it over to you, Firestone, man, I'm gonna go ahead and roll this video of Mike Vrabel talking about what went into naming Will Levis quarterback one, and he felt some type of way about it, man, because shoot, that's hard to go through as a player. But here goes Mike Vrabel talking about the change.
After Pittsburgh, you said, we'll tell you something on Tuesday. You held to that. Why was this the right day to announce Will Levis as the starter?
Well, it gave us the weekend to kind of think about some things and look at what we want to do going forward and, who we want to do it with, and also, early in the week, and just so that we can, keep moving on and keep progressing and find a way to prepare to beat Tampa Bay.
In certain situations, it's been held, that information, for maybe a competitive advantage. Why did you decide against that and to go ahead and make the announcement public?
Well, I just felt like for everybody involved, and so that we can move past it and, make it clean. And, again, I don't know, hold it. And, it's the decision I made.
Yeah, it's hard to hold it in this day and time, too.
We're just made a decision and went with it and felt like, hopefully now the focus can be on our preparation and how do we find a way to win a game on the road.
Yeah, he got a little choked up right there, man. But Firestone, go ahead and talk to him, man.
Yeah, man. It's good knowing that we actually, all right, now we're committed. We got something that's going into the future, because we knew Tannehill was constantly these past couple of years being like year in, year out. Well, okay, it's a prove it year every year what you're going to do. Now we know who the guy is moving forward. We don't have to question that no more. But you can tell that this was very hard for Vrabel to do, because of the fact that Tannehill kind of came in, and that's been his QB since he been here. Whether he handpicked him or not, that's been the QB that took over. He's been riding with him. And I think there's a little bit of disappointment in himself that he feels like he failed those guys in those 2019, 2020 seasons, not getting them a Super Bowl, not getting enough players around him. Then watch J-Rob just dismantle the team, and he feels like he just didn't possibly do as much as he should have as a coach to get them somewhere. So you can kind of feel that, but it's definitely time to move on for Will Levis, and thankful for everything Ryan Tannehill has done. But you can just see the team plays different when Will Levis is on the field.
Yes, sir. Cortland, what's happening, my boy? Talk to him.
Man, I've been saying this since before the Ryan Tannehill situation. Man, I tweeted this. I tweeted out on 10/17. This was back in October, right? I said we got to see what we have in Will Levis. You got to see it. You owe it to the kid. You traded up in the second round to go get him. You owe it to him. We've seen what the offense looked like with Malik Willis last year, right? We've seen it with Baltimore, some of the same mistakes. You see what the offense looks like with Ryan Tannehill. Now you see what this offense looks like when you infuse this young talent, this live arm, and this mobility, and all the hype around him. And he came out. He's had two very good performances. Let's be honest. If you take away the kid's interception, and you take away the fact that he kind of pushes the ball and takes risks, the dude has had two elite performances, like borderline elite, if not elite performances. So I'm excited about this, man. Like, even if we don't win a game for the rest of the season, right? If this dude can go out there and give me 260 and 60+% pass percentage, right, and keep the ball safe, hey, we got something to build on, because I've seen quarterbacks, other teams with quarterbacks that have done the same thing, come back the very next year, and they're elite quarterbacks, and their offense looks way better. So, I mean, we'll see what happens. But the new number 8. Let me not say number 8. The new number 8 is definitely allowing the judges for me.
Yeah, man, I pretty much agree with all of y'all, man, and even the people in the comments, man. Mike Vrabel, I know that was hard for him because he's such a loyal dude, and as you said too, Cortland, this was the quarterback for Mike Vrabel when he got here. I mean, of course, we had Marcus Mariota, but after that situation right there went left, he had to turn to Ryan Tannehill, and Ryan Tannehill, man. And I'm gonna try not to go too much into this because we got some stuff to talk about later on. But man, people need to appreciate Ryan Tannehill for what he's done here. Mm-hmm. But yeah, man. As far as Will Levis go, yeah, he most definitely got out there, earned it. He talked about it earlier this week, how he pretty much, stayed the same person as he was when he was quarterback number 3. And that's the thing that players respect. Being the same guy you was coming in the building now that you done came up or whatnot. Because, I mean, those players, man, they can detect somebody being phony. And y'all seen the Jeffrey Simmons video, man. Jeffrey Simmons was turned up, man. He would holler, man, Will, this is my quarterback, man. And, talking to Jeffrey Simmons, they talked with Jeffrey Simmons earlier this week, and Jeffrey was just pretty much saying that he hadn't really just got to talk to Will, but his job is on defense, and Will's job is to lead the offense, and they looking up to Levis, man. They expecting some pretty good things from Levis, man.
I mean, you can tell they. Oh, go ahead, Arthur. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, yeah, man, you could tell they could see it in practice. I felt like he was making a lot of plays in practice. They could see the arm strength, they could see the throws he was making. And this was probably when he first got there. He's probably doing all that stuff, but there was still things he needed to work on. He still needed to grasp his offense. So they could see the growth from here.
Yeah, man. I was gonna say the same thing, man. Like when you see a guy in practice doing the things, and when I saw him in minicamp, man, like you saw the defense kind of respect that dude. Like, cause he can drill that ball in there. Like he threw one to Josh Wiley during mandatory mini camps that everybody, I'm talking about me, Paul Kaharski, Jim Wyatt, we all kind of looked at each other like, hey, what ain't nothing you could do about that one. Like it was some heat. Like he fit it, it was into a window. So I mean, Jeffrey Simmons is definitely one of those guys that I mean, if you're a Titans fan, you got to respect that guy. The rest of the league respects that guy. But when a guy like that says that, y'all see that on the sideline, mind you, mic'd up, hey, that's the quarterback. That's our quarterback. That means something. The rest of the team is going to hear that and resonate that, resonate with that, and you can tell they play behind that. So, like I said, man, we went into Pittsburgh in a tough game, a tough situation, and Will Levis almost leaves a game-winning drive. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't see not one player walk past that dude and say, like be frustrated with him. Everybody walked past him and kind of, kept him up. Hey, bro, like it's cool. Those happen. You know what I mean? Whereas I've seen Ryan Tannehill after that playoff loss, people would just walk past Ryan Tannehill like it was players walking past that man like, bro, I can't believe you did that. So,
But let me ask you this though, Cortland. What was that really the case, or was it a thing like them knowing Ryan Tannehill and them just understanding like how he felt and just giving him his space? Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of the same way. When I know I done something wrong or whatnot, I done let some people down. I mean, I just want them to give me some space to let me, collect myself or whatever.
I think it was a mixed bag. I think some guys felt like, man, we worked so hard getting the number one overall seed, getting the bye week, getting healthy. We worked all year long to get here, and this happened. And then I think some of them, the guys were like, hey, he disappointed, we disappointed. But like you said, Marako, you gotta respect Ryan Tannehill. In my opinion, outside of Warren Moon, if you don't want to count Warren Moon, and then of course the GOAT Steve, right? Ryan Tannehill probably has cemented himself as the third greatest tight end in our history because I mean, it ain't like we had many, right?
Right.
But that dude has got us to the AFC Championship game. Got us to the playoffs multiple times, won playoff games, set multiple records. The dude is just he's a Titan all the way through, and it sucks to see him go, but it's time to turn over a new leaf.
Yeah.
Right. Five-Star, you got anything you want to add to it, man?
No, it's time to turn. I mean, it sucks and it's emotional. Be thankful for what Ryan Tannehill truly has done. I've been on here advocating for everything, just everything Tannehill has done and what he's been doing for us. A lot of people have been hard on him. Yeah, he hasn't been the QB that everyone is thought and was hoping for, but it was the QB. It was the best option we had at the time, and he did the best that he could for us and tried to make it better.
Right. And you gotta respect Levis's arm talent, man. I mean, that's always been there. The arm talent has been there. Nobody's ever questioned it. I mean, all I've seen is people praise him for his arm talent. Where he has to get better at is his decision making. And Tyler Rowland over on Locked On Titans, he done his breakdown of the Pittsburgh game this week, and he highlighted some plays to where Will Levis was forcing the ball downfield, trying to make a big play, as opposed to taking what the defense was giving to him, taking the simple throws, and that's what he has to improve on. I mean, all the elites or whatever. I mean, everybody remembers the big plays, but what makes them elite is everything they do building up to that big play, because the defenses bite on, those quarterbacks, dinking and dunking. I mean, and, you just get so tired of being dinked and dunked on that, you going to start to press up, and then that's when them elite quarterbacks can make you pay for it. So, I mean, I'm looking forward to Will Levis and his growth throughout this thing. And I'm gonna talk about something right now, man, because I mean, I'm going a little bit ahead of things, but just real quick though, man, y'all, what's up with this whole thing about he needs a new offensive coordinator and whatnot, man? Do y'all agree with some of that foolishness?
Nah, but I do agree that they need to trust him a little bit more because the last game, man, he had an opportunity. We had an opportunity to win that game, and we decided to come out there. We got the ball at the 50-yard line because of that penalty, and we got the kick return to the 50, and we went out there and ran the ball 3 straight times. Like, you're not even giving Will Levis a chance to win the football game, and I didn't like that play calling. So I feel like Tim Kelly should have put the ball in Will Levis' hands. Now, when we trying to play desperation football, if we got a touchdown right there, I mean, you got the Pittsburgh Steelers in desperation mode, not us. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Or at least we got a field goal. We're driving to kick a field goal and not driving for a touchdown. And I just felt like at the 50-yard line, man, that was our perfect opportunity to get a touchdown, and we didn't go after it. So,
Okay, Corner, how you feel about it, man?
Man, I've been saying this all season long, man. We have to be better in the red zone, and that's my only knock against Tim Kelly, right? The guys before him, Arthur Smith, we were one of the best, if not the best. I think a couple of seasons we were the best red zone scoring team. And then last year, for all of the knock against Todd Downing, we were still like 80%, 75 to 80% in the red zone. That was kind of his bread and butter. The thing was, we couldn't get to the red zone enough to capitalize on it. But with Tim Kelly, it seems like the big plays, like from the opposing, like from our own 30 to the opposition's 30, we can score.
Yeah.
But inside the opponent's 30, it's like he completely forgets like everything that he did before that. And that's my only knock on Tim Kelly. Because when I look at that Steelers game, it was like, yes, he could have took the pass to Kyle Phillips. Well, Kyle Phillips is coming across the middle, but when you look at the all 22, it's like you see what he saw. The defensive line had been active, for the Pittsburgh Steelers all game long. Right. Mm-hmm. So he's like, I don't want to get this ball batted down back into my chest. I'm gonna take this shot. But Tim Kelly also has to, instead of running the ball 3 times, like y'all said, let's put it in his hands. But then also, you're on he got you down there first down. You got 46 seconds left. Instead of trying to take 3 shots at the end zone from 25 yards out, give your rookie quarterback some space. Take some little chunk shots, right? 5-yard pass here, a little screen pass here, right? Maybe a little dink and dunk check down here. Make that a shorter 10 to 15-yard throw, and now you open up your playbook a little bit. Now you can kind of play action, roll out. Maybe Will Levis can walk that touchdown. He's athletic. He can walk a touchdown in, right? Maybe he can make something happen with his arm. He had enough arm strength. He's got enough arm strength to fit into any window. So I just kind of feel like Tim Kelly had, like RJ said, has to trust him a little bit more. But also, we got to be better in the red zone. Red zone play calling has to be better overall.
Yeah, man. I mean, it just looked like when we get in the red zone, like you said, Tim Kelly just forgets what he's supposed to be doing. And then I think that explains a lot of the trick plays we see when we down there in the red zone, because it looks like every single time we get down in the red zone, there's some type of trickery going on, whether it's Derrick Henry throwing to somebody, or hell, you even seen it this past game, DeAndre Hopkins, dialed up a play to him to throw the ball to somebody, man. And I just believe that, when you get down to the red zone, man, I mean, Firestone said this a few episodes back. You want to be creative, but at the same time, you want to keep it simple too, because the field is more condensed down there. You don't got a whole bunch of field to work with. So I mean, Tim Kelly, he just got to keep it simple. I mean, shoot, we got Derrick Henry. I mean, shoot, you don't need much. We got D-Hop. I mean, we got some good players that can make plays in the red zone, man. Tim Kelly just got to, dial it back with the trickery a little bit and trust his quarterback, like RJ said.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my question is why don't we use Josh Riley? You drafted this 6'6" kid with all the athletic ability in the world. He had one touchdown, I think. What, 2 weeks ago?
Mhm.
He had a touchdown. Then he went to concussion protocol. He comes back. He's healthy, and it seems like the only play that I think the only other target that he got in Pittsburgh was the interception play, which to me was also crazy because Tim Kelly ran the same route twice in a row. Like you run a staggered 9 route to Chigo Conco, and then you run another staggered 9 route to Josh Wiley. It didn't change. The only change was the number and the guy's skin color. That's it. Like that's it. So my question is why don't we use him more? Because Traylon Burks, yes, he's 6'4", give or take a couple of inches. DeAndre Hopkins is still one of the best go-getters as far as receivers go. But Josh Wiley's 6'6", and you can't teach that.
Yeah.
And I don't care what you stick out there. You don't have 6'6" at cornerback. You don't have the 6'6". Like Cam Chancellor ain't lining up no time soon, right? So 9 times out of 10, he's gonna get a 5'10" to 6'1" corner that he can outjump. Go put him out there on the boundary and let him go get it. I just kind of feel like that's another thing outside of the red zone calls. I feel like personnel wise, we don't get creative enough. Like the play calling gets too creative, but the lineups and the searching for matchups doesn't get creative enough.
Facts, man. We're gonna keep this thing rocking and rolling, man. Thank you to everybody who just joined in. Thank you to everybody who been rocking with us ever since we went live, man. This is the Titans Colosseum Podcast. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, tell a friend about us, all that good stuff. We in the building with our special guest, Cortland Griffin. Y'all make sure to check him out on X and I'm not gonna slaughter this. DC Griffin. That's Griffy. DC Griffin. Y'all make sure y'all go follow that man. Go check out his show, man, the halftime show, man. And Cortland, you can tell us, man, what days you do your show.
Generally on Thursdays, man, I've been dealing with some personal things outside of course, the sports realm, but we'll be back rocking here soon. Definitely with all the sports things that's coming up as far as college football, of course, more Titans football and the NBA. So be on the lookout. We're gonna bring it back. We're gonna bring it back in a big way. I'm gonna have to get you fellas on there for sure.
Yeah, for sure, man. But yeah, man, we're gonna go ahead and talk about this game this weekend, man, because I got some things to say about this game, man. So I ain't gonna hold y'all too much longer, man. You already know we got Titans and Buccaneers this weekend, man. And let me get that injury report, man, because it's pretty lengthy, but we already know Traylon Burks, he's dealing with the concussion. He's gonna be out. Daniel Bronskill, which is good God, I never thought I'd say this, but this one right here hurts. He's dealing with an ankle injury. He's out. Sean Murphy-Bunting, and Tampa Bay and their receiving core, man. That's pretty big too. He's out with a thumb injury. NPF, he's dealing with a shoulder injury. He's out. Mike Brown dealing with an ankle. He's out. Anthony Kendall is questionable with a hamstring, and Ryan Tannehill is questionable with the ankle. In which I'm not going to be looking for Tannehill to where he's obviously not going to start, but I'm not going to be looking for Tannehill to dress out this weekend. On the Buccaneers side of things, we got Carlton Davis. He's questionable with a toe. Jamal Dean, he's questionable with a concussion. Josh Hayes, he's out with a concussion. Matt Feeler, he's doubtful with a knee. Long Haul, wow, that's a name, Long Haul. He's dealing with a groin injury. He's questionable. Trey Palmer, neck and illness, he's questionable. And Kyle Cansey, I'm not finna slaughter that man's first name. Cansey, he's dealing with a quad
collagen.
injury.
No, Kalijah canceled it,
Elijah.
dog. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, man, I can't say that man name, but yeah, he's questionable too, man. And we're gonna start it off with you, Firestone. How you feel about the injury report this week, man?
As Titans is a little worrisome. Like, I mean, there's some names on there that we didn't really want to see. Like, luckily it's not injuries like in the past, but I'm tired of seeing Traylon Burks on that injury. We saw him go down, take the head. We want, his safety and well-being and health and all that. That's exactly what we want for him. But outside of that, talking business and football, he's showing up on this injury report too many times in these 2 first years of his rookie, of his young career. So it's something that's concerning. We're already hurting on the offensive line. We took a beating last week on that offensive line. So, Brunskill being out, that's a little worrisome because we need all the help we can get on the offensive line. And SMB, man, SMB being out, like that's definitely a position group we can't afford having out right now. We can't afford having no DBs out. We're already struggling as it is to try to have pass protection or pass coverage and get off the field on third down, which we can't seem to do ever. So it's a little worrisome, but it's I'm just happy that it's not like Titans history in the past where it's IR a bunch of people and we're lost half the team.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we had a whole 22 that was. We had a whole 22, a whole defense and a offense out back those last 2 years, man. But RJ, how you feel about it, man?
I just, man, I'm a little bit worried about our offensive line, man. I mean, we're missing Brunskill and NPF, and it's like, I mean, we get Hubbard back. That's a good thing. I do like getting Hubbard back. But man, like it's like I'm tired of seeing Dillard out there, bro. I don't wish no injury upon nobody, but dang, can you know what I'm saying? Like I'd rather be Dillard than NPL. Like, but I mean, but it's like crazy though. Our worst offensive lineman don't ever get hurt. Daly was healthy the whole season, you know what I'm saying? And Dillard, he's trying to do the same thing. But I'll say that. But other than that, man, I think other than that, I think we should do good against Tampa Bay. I mean, their secondary is absolutely terrible. I mean, they have one of the worst secondaries, probably the worst secondary in the NFL, man. You seen what CJ Stroud did to them. You know what I'm saying? Like CJ Stroud's good, but he shouldn't be doing that to you. Not no 470, bro. Like for 5 TDs. So that's how I feel it.
Yeah.
Now remember, I was about to say. Now remember, Steelers played a Jaguars team before, playing an AFC South team before playing us, and lost, and then they came back ready to play. Now these damn Bucks done played the AFC South team, got their ass whooped. So I mean, it seems like why do we got to keep getting these teams after one of our rivals goes and whoops their ass right before us and fires them up and pisses them off a little bit more?
Hey, it is what it is. But you play who in front of you. I'll say this, man. Looking at that injury report, yeah, it sucks that Traylon is on there, but I mean, no pun intended. It looked like he died on the field, like on Thursday. Like it made my heart drop. I played receiver in college. It made me cringe because when he took the hit, it was like, and he didn't get up. I was like, nah, man. I hope it ain't a neck injury. I hope it ain't something where he's paralyzed or you know what I mean. It was just the way he hit the ground and kind of. So man, it sucks. Yeah, like you said, you said Firestone, man. It's the business and everything. You hate to see that because he's a first round draft pick. You're investing a lot of money in him, but I hope he gets better. Daniel Brunskill hurts for sure, but the dude played it. He put his all out there on the field on Thursday night. He had that ankle injury and kept going. And we ain't had that since Ben Jones. Like, wish we still had that dude on the team. But I mean, Corey Levin and Dylan Radon should be able to serve, be serviceable at that right guard spot. I'll say this though, I kind of want to talk more about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers injuries though, because their secondary, like RJ said, is probably the worst in the league. 3 of their starting DBs are on that injury report. Jamal Dean, who's probably their best corner, and that ain't saying much, is questionable. Their other corner, questionable. And then you're talking about one of their starting safeties is questionable. So like when I look at that, it's feast or famine, like for Will Levis at this point. And he put up what 200 and something plus 4 touchdowns against one of the best secondaries in the league in Atlanta. So now it's time to see what you can do against one of the worst, because the Steelers ain't no slouch in the secondary either, and you put 260 on them. So like, let's see what he can do against these guys, and if this offensive line can hold up against that defensive front, I mean, I'm like Marako, bro. I'm just happy this ain't them years where we were starting 91 players.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna break that record, man. I think we good this season.
I mean, we broke it and said it twice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's just keep our fingers crossed, man, because this season is far from over with. With these Titans, you always got to expect the unexpected. And speaking of the expected, I got to talk to the people for a second, man, because everybody saw what CJ Stroud done this past Sunday. He set the rookie record for passing yards and touchdowns or whatever in the game, whatever he did. Kudos to him, but fuck him and fuck the Texans. That's how I feel. And I just saw some of my fellow fans out there. They were giving this motherfucker too much goddamn credit. Now look here, y'all. I know y'all fans of the game just like I'm a fan of the game. But don't fucking forget that you are a Titans fan as well. You ain't got no motherfucking business sitting up there kissing CJ Stroud's ass, kissing the Texans' ass, kissing anything that's got anything to do with the Texans' ass. Shoot, y'all. And don't expect Will Levis to come up out there and throw for 400 or 500 goddamn yards. No. This is the NFL. And as you seen these past couple of games or throughout the season, when teams get their ass whooped, they go into that next game looking for some get back off of somebody. Hell, we went through it ourselves. Look what fucking Cleveland did to us. Cleveland went up out there on Monday Night Football, took an L against the Steelers, and then came right back and god dang it, gave us one of our biggest L's that probably the biggest L we've seen in the Mike Vrabel era. Now, I know we got the whole Bengals playoff game thing or whatever, but man, look, man, that loss against the Browns was ugly. And then hell, we came up off of that game and we gave it right back to Cincinnati. It's just the NFL, y'all. So I expect this game right here to be a dog fight, because Tampa Bay, they going out there thinking about that. They like, man, Texans came up out here. Yeah, the Texans came out here and kicked our ass, and we going home against the Titans, and the Titans ain't won a road game yet. This is our opportunity, y'all, and we still in the fight too. So
and they did that. They let a rookie quarterback do that. So they definitely looking at it like, I'm not going to let Will Levis torch us too. Like, we're not going to be the quarterback.
Yeah. I think this one. I don't think that we're going to score a lot of points this year. On this game, it's not saying that Will Levis isn't going to play good. One, they have their secondary is absolute garbage, but their run defense is one of the top run defenses in the NFL, man. Like, these boys gonna stop Derrick Henry, bro. Derrick Henry's probably only gonna have like 70 to 80 yards rushing this game. That's probably where I got him around. Will Levis is gonna have to beat this team, and we're asking a lot for a rookie quarterback. Like I said, he's not CJ Stroud, but he can make all the throws CJ Stroud can make, but he's not CJ Stroud. We're not gonna sit there and put that type of expectation on him, but we'll see. I think it's gonna be a good football game. Baker Mayfield's playing good too. Huh?
Yeah, I just don't want us to waste like we did against the Ravens, right? I don't want us to waste a great performance by DeAndre Hopkins again, right? Like, the man had 160 some yards against them, and we still lost that game. They started winning, and lost that game. So like, I think with when you went up against this kind of defense, like you said, with that kind of run front, and those linebackers, Levante David, and those guys, Devin White. They're going to be looking at number 22, number 32 in that backfield and saying, you ain't running against us. This is where Will Levis has to show I can make throws and I'm gonna have to beat you with my arm, primarily with my arm. It ain't gonna be a lot of play at. So Tim Kelly, if you're watching this, hopefully you are, man. Play action, play action, play action. Because
Trust your quarterback.
Yeah, because that's how Houston did it. They play action pass, got CJ Stroud out on the bootleg. And you know what I'm saying? And then that also kind of tapers back that pass rush so that they don't come get your guy. And now you're forcing a bad secondary to have to cover. So, man, like I said, I don't think we lose this game, but it's going to be a dogfight, like you said, Marako. It's definitely going to be a dogfight.
Yeah, man. And I got this thing with Mike Vrabel because I'm not going to lie. I think Mike Vrabel, he meddles around with the offense, even though Tim Kelly is the offensive coordinator. And I thought he did some meddling around for the better with Downing as well, because, you know, Tim Kelly and Ty Downing, they are two pass-happy OCs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, leave it up to them. Hell, they going to pass the ball like a motherfucker. And just, you know, as the season went on, you started seeing more tight ends come on the field and, you know, more Derrick Henry. And I'm like, that right there is Vrabel. And I think Vrabel did a little too much meddling in that Pittsburgh game because, I mean, y'all know the drive where, you know, he decided to run the ball 3 straight times. I mean, trust your dadgum quarterback, man. I mean, hell, he trusts his damn self. I mean, shoot, look at him throwing the ball downfield, man. I mean, good God alive. You see, the man is a willing thrower, so you got to go out there and give him a chance to let him do work. And that's what I want to see this weekend.
Yep.
The 5-star, man. Man, let's get a word from you, man. How you feeling about this game, man? You look kind of nervous about it.
No, man. I'm just. You never know. This is one of those games that, like, it's once again, it should be a Titans type game, but those are the games that we tend to not go in there and perform. It seems to be that, like, this is set up for us to win. Bad pass covers with the QB that's playing good. They're having injuries. They just got whooped by another rookie QB, so obviously we can use that tape, see what they did to benefit us, but then it doesn't. It also is like, those are the games we fumble. We're on the road. We haven't won on the road. We haven't been able to string consecutive games back to back yet. So, like, this is a lot of hurdling for first for us for a team right now. So, can we go on the road? Can we go win? Can we carry this momentum over after, you know, losing to the Steelers? And how's everybody going to react and play now that we know for sure that Will Levis is the guy moving forward? So, I feel like we should go in there and win because it's a Bucs game. And their DBs are bad. Their QB situation is in turmoil like ours used to be. So, I don't know. I'm hopeful, but it just seems like one of those games we're supposed to win, and we're going to go out there and somehow lose it ourselves.
Yeah, man. You brought up the quarterback situation, man. And honest to God truth, man, from what I've seen anyway, I mean, the Buccaneers fans, I mean, they haven't talked too bad about Baker Mayfield. And actually, Baker Mayfield having a pretty decent season for them, man. And honest to God truth, against this dadgum secondary and this defense, I mean, I'm kind of concerned about, you know, going up against Baker Mayfield because, I mean, didn't he tear us up at home when he last played with the Browns?
I'm worried just because of the fact we couldn't stop Tyler Heineke or Pickett, and now we got to go try to stop Baker Mayfield, a former first number 1 overall pick that I'm already a fan of because I'm from Oklahoma and he's an OU guy, so you already know. But yeah, man, we couldn't stop those two guys. Baker's definitely better than them two, and they threw all over us.
I think we beat him up the last time we played. Baker, though. I think we beat them pretty bad. I think that was the season opener.
Last time we played the Browns, man,
that was another year. That was another year. I think this right here was 21. I think that was 21. They came here. It was in December.
It was 2020.
If I'm not 2020, yeah, it was in December. They came here, and I mean, they took off on us. and I think we ended up getting the game within 3. I mean, we were trying to get the ball back
I remember
on
that
an
game.
onside kick or whatnot.
That game came. When they came here. They scored like 40-something points on us in our house. And I mean, obviously it's 2020, so there was barely any fans in the game. The game, so it's like they scored 40-something points. We were losing like 40 to like 10, and we came all the way back, and it was like 41-38. And we almost won. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I might have compartmentalized that game then or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It was one of them games,
trash,
man. Look, man. I got so many dadgum games that I just, just straight up forgot about with the Titans because, Lord, no, we've been
y'all
many dark days.
I just remember that game because after we lost, my boy was like, "Man, we lost to the Doo-Doo Browns."
They beat us in December. They beat us in December 2020, 41-35.
Yeah, I knew we almost came back on them.
I just said it in the comments, 41-35, and we were trying to kick.
Yeah.
We were trying to kick that. What's it called?
Because you remember in 2020, our defense was absolutely terrible. Like, I mean, we couldn't get to the quarterback. Our secondary couldn't stop nobody. But we was winning games because our offense was so nice,
Yeah, we had top 5 offense.
So I want to throw this at y'all because I just found this stat too. And I'm pretty sure this will blow y'all's mind like I did too. So with completed passes, completions over 20 yards plus right now, where do you think Will Levis ranks?
3rd.
Yeah, I'm gonna say either 2nd or 3rd. And actually, I heard them talking about this on the radio earlier.
I believe Dak Prescott has 12. I think Will Levis has 10. I think he's
correct.
2nd or 3rd.
Yes. What was the question? My bad.
Yeah, completions of 20 yards plus. So Dak Prescott has 12 on the year. Then Will Levis and C.J. Stroud are tied with 10 on the year. And Will Levis has only played how many games?
2.
Baker Mayfield is 5th on there with 8. So already, within 2 games, this dude is already 2nd in completions of over 20 yards or plus. So that lets you know that they stack the box with Henry, and Will Levis can take advantage by sitting over there and taking over the top when they do that.
He's the missing element to this offense that I've been wanting. We just needed a big arm quarterback that can get it down the field, man. And I feel like that's what Rand Carthon saw. Which I think Rand Carthon, I really believe that Rand Carthon was going to take him at 11. But he saw that Peter Skoronski failed, and he was like, you know what, we're going to go get Peter. And I ain't going to lie, that was one of the smartest moves he's ever made because then Will Levis dropped out to the 2nd round.
I can tell you right now, Peter Skoronski was their guy going in the whole time. And I know this because of talking to them at the Combine. Skoronski was their guy the whole way. They wanted Paris Campbell. They were thinking that Paris Campbell may fall. They were going to try to trade up to get Paris Campbell. Everybody thought they were going to trade up to get Levis.
You talking about the Paris Johnson?
Paris Johnson. I'm sorry.
The one that went to,
Paris Johnson. They wanted Paris Johnson. But Skoronski, of course, failed. So they grabbed him. And Will Levis was their guy. They liked Will Levis the entire process. They just weren't willing to, of course, trade draft capital we didn't have to go get him, early in the 1st round. But I do want to drop this. I'm glad Firestone said about the big time throws, right? So his first game, if you take his adjusted completions, right, the 3 drops of 20 yards or more, he would have been 75% on his big time throws, his throws of over 20 yards. If you couple that with what he did on Thursday Night Football on a short week, mind you, his overall completion rate is 67%. That will put him in the top 3% of the league in big time throw completion percentage over the last 5 years, by the way. Like, this dude can throw the ball with the best of them. So
and 7 of those completions over 20 yards or 20 yards or more came against the Steelers. He had 7 of them against the Steelers defense. Yeah. That's very impressive too. Like we was talking earlier about like Wish they would have done better, put them in better situations than that. But I still think this coaching staff is learning what Will Levis can actually do. Because, like, one of those biggest knocks at him coming in the combine was like, oh, he's arrogant and he's cocky. He's full of himself. Well, I think they're just starting to see it's confidence. I don't think it's cocky or arrogance. I just think it was this dude is confidence in the ability that he has. And a lot of people just wasn't able to see what he already knew that he had, which was a strong-ass arm that can throw the ball down there with ease.
It's crazy, man, because I just feel like, we've always talked about this on this podcast that we needed somebody with a better voice. And I just feel like with him, like he got the emotion that we've been missing from the quarterback position. And it's no shot at Ryan Tannehill. I always liked him, I believed in him until that Bengals game. But like, I just know one thing, man, I never seen him get in or play ass. I ain't never seen him hype his people up, and it's like, he'll just throw a touchdown pass, get happy, and then go sit on the bench. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, but I like that because I like what I see from Will Levis because it's like when I was at that game, when the Oilers game, and he threw that first touchdown pass, and they put that camera on him, and they showed how hype he was. The whole crowd was feeding it to, and it was like we all had his back. It was like that's what we've been missing from the quarterback position. And I also feel like the whole playbook is opened up when it comes to him. Like you can run it all. You can run Malik Willis stuff because he's fast. He's big and fast. So
yeah, bro, go watch his pin tape. And you'll see that dude was running options and running left and right. That's why I feel like his college tape was kind of a little bit unfair. That, at Penn, they ran him a lot. And then Kentucky, he had that one good year where he's passing. Then the second year, he didn't really have none of his wide receivers. He didn't have an offensive line. And he was trying to make some things happen. So he's like, you only got sample bits. You never really truly got consistency from him. But those sample bits kind of show you the different fundamentals that he can bring to a team and that he can kind of fit in different schemes as well.
Just wait. We ain't seen it yet, but wait till he beats a team running, bro. It's gonna come. It's gonna come.
Wait till he trucks somebody running, or what? Bro, wait till he trucks somebody or jumps over somebody.
Mm-hmm. But little known fact about this dude that I love a lot too, and it's the little things that when you talk to quarterbacks, and I'm pretty sure most of us up here, all of us up here, played the game. A quarterback that knows protection is a valuable asset. And this dude is a protection nerd. Mm-hmm. Since his first game playing in a Titans uniform, everything he's doing up there at the line, he's pointing, he's doing, he's identifying mics and all that talking. He's calling out protections. He's moving his protection, shifting his protection. The one thing that was amazing to me on Thursday night was he recognized the safety coming on the blitz. He moves the protection over to his strong side, knowing that the safety is coming, and throws a rainbow shot to NWI on the sideline. Like, there's not many guys that can say outside that I've seen do that outside of one Peyton Manning, which he did it better than anybody, and Tom Brady. Like, those two guys call protections like they call protections. They see you coming. They know where you coming, when you coming, how you coming. This dude is I ain't gonna say he on that level, but he damn good at doing it, and that's amazing to me because Ryan Tannehill, for some reason, seems like when he was out there, he just kind of goes with whatever the blocking scheme is. Mm-hmm. Will is like, nah, hey, Alex Highsmith been eating me alive all night long. Go over there, like every shift over there. I know this dude is coming over here, and I know I got a receiver wide open. He knows the plays, he knows the playbook, he knows the field. It's a masterful thing to watch when you know what you're looking at.
I can't. Bro, I was so in that first half. Remember, we was at Winners, man. At the first half, I was just so mad because the offensive line just could not block the Steelers, and I'm like, oh Lord, it's gonna be a long game. We cannot block them, and it just seemed like as the game progressed, like our protection started getting better, and I'm like, man, it seemed like he was moving in the pocket a little bit better, making more throws, getting way more time to throw, and I'm like, is he doing that? You know what I'm saying? And that makes him a lot more sense.
Yeah, because, bro, there was points where you're watching that Steelers game, and he reads the coverage. He's like, all right, checks and audibles and makes a blocking scheme coverage. And then you see the linebackers change and makes up a play. Then you see Will Levis go right back and make another call and change it up with him. Like, it wasn't just, okay, one check and then that's what it's going to be. He was like, oh, okay, I know tape. You called and checked in this. All right, block scheme this way. Oh, you check back into this, block scheme this way. dude knows it, and that's what was impressive to me because we know our all line is hurting. So if we at least got Brewer's supposed to be seeing that, but at least if Brewer ain't seeing it to communicate, Will Levis is seeing that to communicate it. And like you said, as the game got on, I think it was Will started to see what they was doing at the line and started getting a little bit better pass protection for himself. His pocket presence too, how he moves and steps and jukes back, like how he moves in that pocket he's very, very comfortable, and he doesn't move in a way that's like I need to move and run. He's like I need to move and keep my eyes down the field. Like, bro, his footwork in that pocket is very impressive.
Okay. Yeah, man. Let's change courses for a little bit. We ain't gonna get too far, of course. I'm glad that y'all talking about, offensive line and protection or whatnot, because that's pretty much what my question is about, offensive line, and one offensive lineman in particular, Dylan Raiders, man. I mean, why do they have such a problem putting him on the field? It seems like the only time he gets on the field is when we got one of these crazy situations going on where offensive linemen just keep on getting injured and they have nobody else to turn to but Dylan Raiders. But when Dylan Raiders goes out there, Dylan Raiders doesn't look as bad as they make him out to be. And I'm just confused about that, man. What's going on with the Dylan Raiders situation?
I personally, I just think they view him as like a Dennis Kelly, right? A jack of all trades, a guy who can fill in when you need him to. And it could be the fact that he was injured this offseason, right? Like he didn't get to compete with MPF and Chris Hubbard and Dylan and what's that? I'm drawing a blank here. Andre Dillard. He didn't get to compete with those guys for those snaps. So now that he's healthy and he's kind of back, it's one of those situations where he's probably going to play himself into a position. Remember, Dennis Kelly came in via trade when we had him, right? Was a backup and played himself into a starting position. That could be Ravens, and Ravens that could be his way of sticking and kind of helping this team. Is hey, I can play left tackle, I can play right tackle, right? I'm young, and if he can stay healthy, he can do it. He can also play the guard position. So it's just one of them situations. I don't think Mike Vrabel and them are personally like sitting the dude or saying he ain't gonna get no snaps. I just think he has to have that time because this is kind of his preseason. He's only been healthy, I think, now for 4 or 5 weeks. So this is kind of his preseason audition to kind of play to see where he's going to be.
What would you want Dylan Raiders at on the offensive line? I know
right tackle.
I like him at right tackle too, but I do like Hubbard though. I feel like Hubbard is doing a damn good job at right tackle too. But I mean, we're gonna see what he looks like this Sunday. Get his first game.
My only issue with Hubbard is he's older. Mm-hmm. So how long is he gonna? The thing with this Titans team is we got to get young, man. Like we were that team in the past where we were the old head team, right? Like we had an average age. I think it was a couple of years. We had like an average age of 27, which doesn't sound old. But then when you start to look at those guys at the top, it was Jarrell Casey's 30, right? These, all these guys are like 30, 40, 30, 32, 33. We got to get away from that because you look at the teams that are great, like the Cincinnati's, the San Francisco's, so on and so forth. They got like average ages of like 24. Like they got a bunch of young guys who are going out there and like producing. Of course, you got the overhead where it's a couple guys 33, 34. But we got to get some young guys in there. Braden's, I think, it's only like 26. So he's just now scraping his prime. So I would love to see him out there right there.
Yeah, man, that's been my biggest thing going forward, man. Getting younger and faster, man. That's why I'm so glad that Will Levis is making the progress that he's making. And I'm not saying that he's the guy. I can give a man all the praise in the world, and I don't have to say that he's the guy. And just because I'm giving him the praise that he deserves right now doesn't say that I think that he's the guy. Just think some fans got this whole thing in their head to where you give a guy credit. Oh, he's not the guy. Like, shut up, dude. God dang, let us have something. Shit. I mean, you should really be happy that he's making progression because guess what? That's one less thing we have to worry about going into the offseason. You see, we got so many dadgum problems going on this team that, you should be glad that quarterback, at least for right now, isn't going to be one of those problems. But we gonna keep this thing rocking and rolling, man. What we gonna get into next, y'all? How we feeling, man? You want to go ahead and get into the keys to victory?
Yeah, it was going to get in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get it, man. These keys to victory. How the hell is the Titans gonna win this dadgum football game on the road, man? I'm gonna go ahead and say what I was going to say earlier, man. This probably the only chance, or the last chance, that the Titans have to win a game on the road this year. If they don't win a game on the road this year, they not gonna win any games on the road this year, because do y'all know who we got coming up next? I'm pretty sure you do. We got Miami Dolphins coming up. We got the Jaguars coming up. We got Houston coming up. We got some motherfucking dogs to play on the road. And, this is our best shot to win a road game. But go ahead and get that keys to victory back up there for me. Yeah, man, my key to victory is don't allow scrubs to be superstars. And this been going on with the Titans for quite some time. The Titans, I don't know what the fuck the deal is with the Titans, but it just looked like they always giving the no-name motherfuckers a name. My case in point, you never heard of motherfucking Matt Hollins until that game last year against the Raiders, when he came in this motherfucking put up about 140 on us or something like that. It felt like 140, but the Titans just got this big ass thing of letting fucking no names be superstars, and I don't want to see this shit this weekend. And honest to God, true, I'm getting prepared to see this shit this weekend, because look at what fucking Kenny Pickett went up out there done for the Steelers. These motherfuckers couldn't even move the goddamn football. And here they ass go up against the Titans, walking up field to start the game, scoring a fucking touchdown like they the goddamn greatest show on motherfucking turf. I do not want to see this shit this weekend.
No.
We can go get into mine, man. Look, feed the king, throw it to D-Hop, man. Feed your superstars, man. Feed the superstars, bro. Like, cause we really don't have too much outside of D-Hop and Derrick Henry, man. I mean, we do, but we don't. You know what I'm saying? We can't just sit there and rely on Tajay Spears to beat the whole team. You can't really rely on. I don't even know, like, who's our number 2 wide receiver now that Burst is gone. What Nick
NWI.
Like, I like Nick NWI is my guy, but he's not gonna beat the Tampa Bay Bucks by himself. Like, he's just not gonna do that. Neither is Kyle Phillips, neither is Cheek. You know what I'm saying? Feed your superstars, man. Your superstars gonna win us this game, man. DeAndre Hopkins should have a good day. I mean, they don't have nobody that's gonna be able to guard DeAndre Hopkins. I'm just gonna let y'all know this now. They're not gonna have nobody to guard him. And Derrick Henry's probably gonna have some tough sledding, so we're gonna have to be more creative to give him the ball. You know what I'm saying? We can't just run it right at Vita Vea and Elijah Cansey. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's smart. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we'll see though. We'll see how it looks.
Yeah. For me, it's, don't force the deep throws. I want you to take deep throws, all right? But I don't want you to be out there so forced every play. We got to try to go deep. We got to try to go deep. Because we've seen a couple times Will Levis has gone deep, and there were some wide open people in the shorter routes, right? So it might work out those times, but in the future, it might not always work out. You're doing good. This is 2 games. People starting to get film on you. They're starting to get your mechanics down, your tendencies down. They're going to start figuring this out. So don't force that deep ball. Take what that defense is giving you. If the deep ball's there, take it. If not, go ahead, hit your check down. And then D-line, apply constant pressure on the QB. This has been a huge issue for us these past couple weeks. We did good the whole Oilers game, the Houston Oilers uniform game. The D-line came out there, applied pressure on the quarterback. We did good in the Bengals game. We applied pressure on the quarterback. But it's been ghosts outside those 2 games. We have too much money on this defensive line for players, and the entire defensive line going ghost for games. You're not telling me that Arden Key, Tierra Tart, Danico Autry, Jeffrey Simmons, Harold Landry, y'all motherfuckers can't get to the QB? You can't get in throwing lanes? You can't disrupt some chemistry that is going on? So D line, put your money where your mouth is and start going out there and getting some pressure on the QB because we got to start making these dudes uncomfortable and we got to get off the field on third downs.
Yeah, I kind of got my thoughts about that right there as far as the whole D line thing. But man, I'm gonna go ahead and get your keys to victory too, Cortland.
I got two. So like for the defense, which I think that's gonna be the key to this game is our defense. I agree with Firestone, man. Like consistent pressure on Baker Mayfield is gonna be great, but don't let Baker Mayfield like girls love the long ball. Like let's just call it that. Girls love the long ball. Don't let Baker Mayfield beat us with the long ball. Over the past 5 weeks, Mike Evans' long for each game was 18. He had a his longest reception was 18 against the New Orleans Saints, where they lost that game 26-9. His longest reception against the Detroit Lions, they won that game 20-6, but his longest reception in that game was 18 yards. He had 10 targets, 4 catches, 49 yards in that game. Against Atlanta, which was they beat New Orleans. They beat New Orleans 26-9. They lost Detroit. They lost to Atlanta. They lost to Buffalo. They lost to Houston. He had his longest reception out of those 4 contests was 40 and 53 yards. Like that dude can go get it. We know what he is. That consistent 1,000-yard guy. We know what he is. He's a long ball catcher. But don't keep it in front of you. Like I don't care what you're doing, Bowen. Keep everything in front of you. You're without Sean Murphy Bunting. I think McCreary should be back this week, but you got to keep everything in front of you. And then also Chris Godwin, man. Like Chris Godwin's the same way. He doesn't do a lot of long ball catching, but his longest reception was 42 yards. 42 yards in the win against New Orleans. So these two guys can stretch the field with the best of them. So we definitely gotta keep that. And then on offense, feed the hot hand. I don't know who the hot hand is going to be. I don't know where the hot hand is going to come from. But if Chigga Conco is cooking, keep feeding Chigga Conco. If D Hop is cooking, keep feeding D Hop. If NWI is cooking, keep feeding NWI. Whoever is creating the chaos, for that Tampa Bay defense, keep feeding them because that is going to be the way that you win this game. But yeah, man, like I think for us with the injury in the secondary and the way the secondary is kind of cobbled together right now, it's going to be kind of keeping that offense, those offensive weapons in front of us and making the sure tackles.
Facts, man. And I want to speak on what Firestone said about the defensive line. He most definitely right, man. The defensive line got to find a way to put some pressure on this quarterback. I mean, shoot, man, it's a lot of resources tied into this defensive line, man. And for them to be going ghost, man, I mean, shoot, that's a recipe for disaster. But my thing about them going ghost is when I look at the Titans defense, I mean, what is the Titans defense known for right now? Like, honestly, I mean, they really don't have an identity on defense. And to me, that boils down to coaching. And a lot of fans done, said this season, like, Vrabel should have kept Jim Schwartz around and let Bowen go, which, I couldn't agree more with that, man, because, with Jim Schwartz, that this defense had an identity. It's the same identity that every Jim Schwartz defense has. They are going to attack your ass. They are going to get after the quarterback. They don't give a fuck about no run shit. They'll stop the run on the way to the quarterback. And this, you don't see none of that. I mean, with the Titans defense, you just honestly see a bunch of just, hold tight. And I know you said this too, Courtney. He's got to keep everything in front of him because the secondary, out of line. It's a struggle. But
Marako, can I give you some pushback on that? So, like, I get what Firestone is saying, right? But I don't think it's the fact that we're not getting pressure. We're not completing the play. Like, it was so many times all season long, right? You see Jeffrey Simmons in the offensive backfield, Nico Autry living in the backfield. Art Key living in the backfield. He beat this dude every. You could tell he beats this dude every. Teron Davenport, I think, asked a question, and Jeffrey Simmons was like, "No." Arden Key was like, "Man, no comment about beating their one-on-one matchups." Right, because he's out there whipping his matchup off the edge every single snap. Harold Landry has come on the last couple of weeks. The issue is that when we get to the quarterback, it seems like they just kind of like butterfingers. Like the quarterback just slips through their grasp. We gotta.
That's another thing.
You gotta complete the pressure. You can get the pressure, but it's getting the quarterback, making them feel uncomfortable. You can't break contain. Everybody can't just like go rough shot to the quarterback because once that quarterback breaks the pocket, he's now running free because our defense, Bowen likes to run a lot of man coverage. He doesn't run a lot of zone. So the DB's back is turned to the quarterback. So once he breaks contain, you know what I'm saying? Like against Atlanta, I think that was the best I seen us complete the process. One guy gets there. If he can't get him, Jeffrey Simmons is on top of him. If Jeffrey can't get him, Danico was on top of him. If Danico couldn't get him, Arden was on top of him. If Arden couldn't get there, you had Alshire and Jack Gibbons in the backfield terrorizing the quarterback. That's got to be the identity of this team. Complete the play. I don't care about how you do it. Just do it, right? Bring the guy down to the ground because there's been a lot of missed tackles, a lot of arm tackles, a lot of lazy tackles as well. So the Titans' defensive identity just needs to be complete the process. Do your motherfucking job.
I'm glad you said that too, man. And that's what I was looking for right there when what you said, completing the play, because they definitely, been known to miss tackles, and they miss tackles all over the damn field. I mean, shoot, you see it, on the defensive line. I mean, they get back there and just letting guys just slide up off of them. And in the secondary as well. I mean, shoot, they out there missing open field tackles against these dudes, and that's how some of these running backs are having, these big plays against them, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, let's go ahead and keep this thing rocking and rolling, man. Predictions, man. We got to go ahead and get these predictions out. I'm gonna be fast about this or whatnot because I mean it ain't much that needs to be said. Look, man, this the only chance, the last chance the Titans got to win a road game this year. If they don't win this game Sunday, they not gonna win no away game. You might as well hang it up. Hell, they might go on to win every goddamn home game. I don't fucking know. I just know if they don't beat Tampa Bay this week, they not winning an away game for the rest of the year. Now, I feel about this game right here. I mean, the key to victory is do not let scrubs be superstars. And that's exactly what the Titans is going to do Sunday. I'm expecting the Titans just to go out there and be on some type of foolishness with some damn body that we ain't never heard of, or somebody that only has been heard of amongst a fan base. And, with Mike Evans up out there, and Christian Fulton has been playing better. I mean, shout out to Christian Fulton too, man, because he definitely getting his shit together. But I mean, I'm expecting that to happen. I'm expecting Chris Godwin, and I'm expecting some kind of dadgum no name to make a name for himself in this game. I got the Titans losing to the Buccaneers 27-10.
Oh my God.
God.
It's like that.
27-10?
It's like that this week.
Hey, I hope Jeffrey Simmons watching this.
We had 10 days to prepare, Marako.
I hope they 10 days. Wrong, but I'm on
against the bad defense.
Yeah, I'm on that tonight with the Titans, and make sure you clip that because there's a bunch of motherfuckers out there that think I'm just Mr. Optimistic or whatever the fuck they say or whatever. But honest to God, true, man, I don't like being down like this about the Titans, but I just got to go with my heart and my gut. And my heart and my gut telling me that if the Titans ain't won a dadgum away game this year yet, they not going to win one Sunday. They going to make a goddamn scrub look like a fucking superstar out there.
Whew, okay, all right. Well, shoot, Marako's back off the train again. All right, so man, like I said, man, this is a tough game. This is something that I see is going to be a challenge for us. It's one of those games that we should win. Things are set up for us. Their weaknesses is our strengths. But it's a new leaf. We got a new QB at hand, so I'm thinking it's going to be changed. The next 3 away games are all in Florida. All of them. We Jags, Miami, Jags again, I believe. So, it's yeah, it's going to be a tough thing. So let's start this Florida away thing off right, and let's go get us a dub. 24-10 Titans get the win. I see us at least hopefully coming in here and being like I expect us to be. Go score some points, make some stops on defense, get some pressure on Baker, and make him force interceptions. If we give him time, he can make plays. But if you put him under pressure, make him play from behind, that's when you're going to get Baker to start throwing interceptions. But if you let this man get this team in the lead and above us and let this be a game and we don't get no pressure on him, Baker Mayfield's going to throw all over us.
Okay, let me go ahead and let's talk about this, man. Look, I'm a little worried about this. I'm a little bit worried about Tampa Bay offense, man. They're clicking on offense and our defense. Our secondary just ain't it. And then so far, we ain't really been stopping the run very well. And guess what? The guy that there's a guy on their team that Marako, he said it earlier that we don't know about. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna turn up on us. And I think his name is Rashad White. I'm telling y'all, if you watch this dude play, bro, he is a damn good running back. You know what I'm saying? He's a damn good running back. And he's the guy that Marako's talking about. You know what I'm saying? He can have a big game against us. Our run defense has been suspect for the past since the Colts game, honestly. It's been suspect. You know, I started kind of seeing it against the Bengals, then the Colts game, it set it off. You know what I'm saying? They was running all over us. I'm worried about our corners. We gotta see Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know who their third receiver is, but you know what I'm saying? I'm sure they're gonna have a third receiver that's gonna snap off on their team. Like our corners are just our corners, they scare me, man. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But on the good side though, I like our offense versus their defense. And it ain't so much running the ball; it's more so they don't have elite pass rushers like on the outside, like the Pittsburgh Steelers. Like we match up a little bit better with them than we do with Pittsburgh, in my opinion. I was watching some film when they played the Texans. They couldn't get to the quarterback, you know what I'm saying, on the outside. They could a little bit in the inside with Vita Vea, but outside they couldn't really get to the quarterback. And I think that plays into our hand. I think Will Levis is gonna have a good game this week, obviously, because they got, to me, the worst secondary in the league. And then we got DeAndre Hopkins, you know what I'm saying, and Chig, and hopefully NWY steps up. We get a good game from him. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I really am thinking 31-28 Titans. We'll go with that, 31-28 Titans. It's going to be an entertaining football game, man. I'm telling y'all, it's going to be entertaining.
One thing that Houston got that we don't got is a dude named Larry Tunsil, but I'm gonna go with a close game here, man. I don't know about 30. I don't know about a hot scoring like that. I don't know because I think that's I think they got the spread something crazy like 6.7 points. So I don't think it's gonna be that high of a scoring game. But I do have us winning. In Folk we trust, Folk little hero. 24-27. I think we win. Then we win 27-24 on the field goal. I think Levis redeems himself this week. You know what I'm saying? After the nasty taste in his mouth, he took it really hard, losing that game on the game-winning drive, right? What could have been a game-winning drive to win the game in Pittsburgh. I think he took it really hard, so I think he's going to come back this week, redeem himself. You know what I'm saying, and cement himself as you know, in Titans history with a win against Baker Mayfield in Tampa.
Yeah, man. I mean, shoot, man. I hope they prove me wrong, but god dang it, I'm not doing it with the Titans this week, man. I'm not gonna god dang it put on them gun two-tone blue goggles and god dang do all that old shit. Oh, Tampa Bay, we should beat Tampa Bay. Nah, man. They got to show it to me, man. If they want it, they'll go take it. That's how I feel about them, man. It's tough love at the end of the day, But hey, man, I want to see him step up and do some shit. I'm tired of all the goddamn talking and shit.
Mayfield is a mid quarterback, though. I will tell y'all that, man. He's a very mid quarterback. If you look at his stats, 1865 for 12 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, and a 56.4 QBR, which ranks 15th. Like, he's about as mid-tier as mid. He's probably the poster boy for mid-tier quarterback, right? Like, we cannot let another mid-tier quarterback dice us up. We can't.
You know how the Titans do, god dang it. Hell, look at fucking what's his name for Atlanta who came in for Ritter? Tyler
Heineke.
Heineke, whatever the fuck his name is or whatever. Man, look, if he would have started that game for Atlanta, hell, we probably lost that motherfucking game. And hell, we was at home for that game, man. I mean, I just don't fucking understand why the Titans can't go out there and treat a motherfucker how they supposed to goddamn treat.
And we always do that, man. That's been us since I can remember, since I was 6 years old. We always seem to play down to a competition or play, or like we'll beat a team that we ain't got no business winning against, and then we'll go out there and lose to the Jets when they on the path to 0-16. Like, it's just that's always been the Tennessee Titans. It's been, I don't know what we need to do. I don't know if we need to go apologize to like Steve at his gravesite. I don't know if like we need to go like do a seance and call on the spirit of Bud Adams or what. I don't know what we need to do, but
I mean, something.
Man, I say the fan base, man, needs to be more thankful for wins, because during that little stretch or window or whatever, I mean, I just see, and then I can even go back to, the early Malarkey days or whatever. I can recall the Thursday night game against Jacksonville or whatnot, not the one where Derrick Henry, did all the 99 step arm thing. Derrick Henry did his thing in that game too, but the game I'm talking about is the last Thursday night football game against the Jaguars that Mariota had. I believe it was, or whatever. They end up, yeah, I think that's what it was, man. They end up going off on the Jaguars, man. And a lot of people were happy about the performance, but at the same time, you had some motherfuckers in the building talking about, oh, it's just the Jaguars. I want to see the Titans beat somebody. Man, fuck all that shit, man. This the NFL. I don't give a fuck how sorry these teams is, man. It's a professional football team. And every motherfucking win you get, you need to be thankful for that motherfucking win. I mean, shoot, look at the Raiders this past weekend or whatnot. Hell, they was in that bitch having the damn Super Bowl party in that motherfucker. I mean, shit, they lighting up cigars and all this old shit. Thankful for a win, because guess what? That winning hasn't been there. And I just think fans need to be more appreciative when the team actually wins. Stop all this, oh, it's just such and such, and I'm not so. No, motherfucker, be happy for the goddamn win. But at the same time, understand that there's other games to play.
Yeah, I mean, I think the last 5 years kind of spoiled us, right? Nothing less than, I think, 9-7 outside of the 7-10 year last year. And then, of course, you beat the Kansas City Chiefs. You sent Tom Brady to Tampa Bay, right? Like, we had a lot of moments within that window as well. And so I think a lot of times as Titans fans as a whole, and I say because I was a wouldn't say just because I got rid of Josh McDaniels. But when I look at it, I got spoiled too. You know what I mean? Because AJ Brown and Mike Vrabel, I felt like we could beat anybody. But people got to realize, as fans, we got to realize number 11 ain't here no more. At least not that number 11. He's not here no more. Number 22 might be out the door this, knock on wood, he might be out the door next year. So this is a whole brand new team, whole brand new mentality. We're going to have to go through the growing pains all over again until these guys mature and get to that level again. So like Marako said, man, be grateful for these wins when they come, because they hard to come by. The NFL stands for not for long, and you see why teams value that window, that Super Bowl window, and covet that Super Bowl window so much, because you got 2 or 3 years sometimes to win that in the window to win a Super Bowl.
Speaking of which, man, I'm glad you said that because right now the Titans need to capitalize on this rookie contract because right now we're only getting Will Levis for $1 million for the next 3 years, man. So if we're gonna try to win the Super Bowl, it's gotta be before we pay this man. You get what I'm saying? It's gotta be before we pay this man. It's
They
probably
gotta
gonna
go
be
all
like,
out.
And the
yeah,
issue is he's a second round draft pick, so you run into the issue that you ran into with AJ Brown, which is if he overperforms or outperforms that contract, he's now looking for that money, and you don't have that 5th-year option that you have on the first round draft pick to kind of buy you that time. So this is
it's a
going to be one of
blessing and a
those.
curse.
Yeah, it's a blessing and a curse. It's going to be one of those situations where, like, when you draft well, some guys are going to walk out the door. Some guys you're going to have to pay a little early. And right now, with Ryan Carthon, I can see us running into that issue with some of these guys because he's drafted so damn well.
Yeah. And that's it's a good problem to have.
Go ahead.
It's a good problem to have. It's a good problem to have. Like you want your GM to draft well, but at the same time, we got to understand if he keeps drafting well, we're not gonna be able to keep some of these guys. Some of these guys are gonna be on other teams, you know. And I mean the 49ers, they do it. You get what I'm saying? They draft really well, and you see they have to let go of people, you know. So
The beauty is you are officially Tennessee Titans fans. You are officially #1 in cap space in 2024. You have 8 draft picks in the 2024 NFL draft. If we don't come out of this next year with at least a 10-win team, something's wrong. Because $100 million, if I'm Rand Carthon, bro, T. Higgins, what you want? You want 30 million? Here you go. Like, hey, who's a premier cornerback? Jalen Johnson. You want 20 million? Here you go. Like, I'm throwing money at these guys. Come play for Tennessee. Like T.R. Tart, what you want? You want 7-8 million? You know what I'm saying? Like we this is the money where like the Jaguars do money. You know, they when they used to have them big the big caps reserves, they throw money at Christian Kirk and Zay Jones and Zay Flower, and all them guys. Right? The Browns used to overspend and people used to laugh at them. It's paying off now. The Titans you can't be tightwads. And I will say this, Amy Adams Trump is not her daddy. She gonna pay. She opened up the pocketbook. Because she won a Lombardi over at Baptist Sports Park. Real bad. In the worst way.
Yeah, man. You know how the females is, man. When they passionate about something, they go all in for it, man. Yeah. And you see Amy, she ain't got no problem letting the motherfucker go neither.
Nope.
And that's what I've been saying, man. Like, bro, like people don't understand what a Lombardi can do. I mean, obviously, I know Cortland, you live in Nashville, right? Marako lives in Nashville. I'm born and raised Nashville, man. Like, I know what a Lombardi can do to this city, bro. Like, and I just know what the Vols do for the city of Knoxville, bro. I know what the Titans can do for the city of Nashville if they get a Lombardi. We're gonna have more fans, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be more nationally, we're gonna be more of a national brand than what we are right now if we win a Lombardi.
Bro,
that's what people care about.
When the Predators almost won the Stanley Cup, the city was live.
Mm-hmm.
And that was an almost. They made it to the Stanley Cup Finals, and it was, Bridgestone, you would thought the president of the United States was at Bridgestone every night.
Mm-hmm.
Like, them folks was, and I'm a Predators fan. I love the Predators. Because that was, I'm a hometown till I die. So I was hyped too. So like you said, that's the Stanley Cup. That ain't the Lombardi Trophy. That's just the Stanley Cup. This city is thirsty for a championship.
Yeah, when the Titans go to when that day comes, we come to Super Bowl. I'm going to Broadway and I'm watching it with millions of Titans fans in the middle of the strip, man.
And the thing is, the city, like I said, when I say the city is hungry for a championship, the mid-season tournament for the Nashville Soccer Club, right? People was like, "Yo, we win that, it's a championship for Nashville, bro. We can't wait." Right? It's one of those situations where it's like, bro, we've been all of our sports teams. The Predators have been right there. The Titans, we was 1 yard short. You know what I'm saying? Like the Nashville SC. They were a penalty shootout short. It's like we get right there, and it's like it falls through our hands. It's finally time, I think, to turn that corner. Will Levis is, I think, the key to that. I think, and I know we're gonna talk about it later, but I also think our head coach is the key to that.
And I said that going forward. I was like, man, the reason why the Titans haven't got over that hump is because we haven't got since Steve McNair, we have not had that guy on the center that we could all get behind and believe in. I'm not saying that we didn't get behind Ryan Tannehill because we did, but he didn't believe in himself sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Come play all time, he didn't step up. And that was the thing that used to kill me about him, man. It was like it just seemed like he wouldn't take over. There's times where I feel like Tannehill needed to take over and he didn't do it. And I feel like Will Levis can do that. And I feel like if we get there with a quarterback that people respect and people gotta because I feel like the Titans are always gonna have a good run game and a good defense. We just ain't had the quarterback that's gonna take over a football game when the stuff ain't working. You get what I'm saying? So that's how I feel.
And I think every guy has his ceiling. And I said this 2 years ago. I said I feel like we've reached our ceiling with Ryan Tannehill. I think we kept him a year too long. Honestly, I think we kept him a year too long because the ceiling was playoffs. That was the ceiling. The ceiling with Ryan Tannehill is you're gonna win just enough games to make the playoffs. You might win a playoff game. Might. And it ain't gonna be because of Ryan. It ain't gonna be because of number 17. He's gonna have something to do with it, but it's not gonna be because of him. I think now that ceiling breaks through. Because now the ceiling going into next year, people are going to be excited to see, hey, what is Will Levis going to do with whatever we do in the offseason, right? Let's say we go draft a receiver, we get an offensive line revamp, the defense, we get some corner, a lockdown corner in the draft maybe or whatever. I'm just throwing things out there. Oh, the optimism is going to be, hey, if they get him to the playoffs, he can do it. You know what I'm saying? So I think the ceiling is now higher, and the ceiling has now changed with Levis under center.
Yeah, man, you most definitely need that, aggressive type of quarterback that ain't scared to, go out there and make a mistake in big games. And I think Will Levis has that in him. His thing, like I said earlier, is just, making the right decision, the smart decision, as opposed to, feeling like you gotta always hit the big play. Just being balanced with that aggressiveness, man. I mean, I love him being aggressive. I don't want him to change, but just know when to turn it on, know when to turn it off. But man, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this thing up. Man, it's so much more I want to talk about, but I ain't gonna lie, y'all. We gotta go ahead and let y'all rock and roll, man. Yeah. Cortland, thank you for joining us tonight, man. You got anything coming up, man? You want to talk about anything you want to plug? Talk about your Twitter, all that good stuff.
Man, just catch me on Twitter, man, during the games on Sundays or whenever the Titans play. I'm normally live tweeting the games. Mainly, I cover all NFL, but I'm a Titans fan at heart. So if you want a professional take from a fan standpoint, you know what I'm saying, go ahead and follow me on DC Griffey. I'm also going to be on December 2nd. I'll be at the ACC championship game, depending on what teams are playing. So I'll also be kind of posting some players to watch for the Tennessee Titans coming up with the draft as well. So man, just follow me. I'm going to leave guys is Marako. I just want to say this one thing, man. I've been following you with Tennessee Titans Uncensored, and for a long time, bro. Like your hype videos, I was like, hey, I want to meet that dude one day. So doing this show was amazing, bro. Y'all have all been amazing. This is it. Hopefully, this ain't the last time y'all see me on Titans Colosseum.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, hell no, man. We ain't even talk like that, goddamn. You most definitely coming back on this daggone Coliseum, man. But sure. I mean, for real, bro. Thank you for those kind words, man. I mean, and that means everything to me, man. And
I was looking forward. I've been looking forward to it when I hear that. I was like, I'm like, yeah. I'm ready to go put some pads on, goddamn.
Hell yeah, man. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate everybody, man, out there supporting us, man. I mean, shoot, man, we got a loyal list of viewers up out there. Really, man, they family, man, because I mean, we all want the Titans to have the same thing, and that's a Lombardi trophy, man. I mean, we may got a different vision or whatnot, but our goal is the same, man. And I just want people to keep that in mind, man, when you talking to one another. I mean, shoot, just because you disagree with them don't mean that, you know, you got to, oh, fuck you, blah, 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 and all that. Don't do all that crazy shit or whatever, man. Try not to get done with no motherfucker, man. I mean, be nice to people, man. I'm trying to put some positivity up out there, man.
It's
Because
an evil
Lord
world we
knows,
live in.
I be
Not everybody
right,
nice.
right. I be needing myself, man. Because shoot, I get people who go at me talking about some old crazy shit or whatever. I'm like, dude, man, please don't do that, please. Because I mean, I'm a patient person, but I've got a very short temper as well, man. But yeah, enough of that, man. Thank y'all for watching tonight, man. Firestone, you wanna go ahead and plug our sponsor before we get up out of here, man. Man, we got lines. Go ahead, man. I'll let you do it.
Yeah. You want to take your beer game to the next level? Looking for top-notch grooming products? Look no further than Lions Den Beard Collection. They are a luxury brand that redefines beard care. Go lionsdenbeardcollection.com. Use promo code Colosseum to get 25% off your order. Lionsdenbeardcollection.com.
Yes, sir, man. Thank y'all for watching this show tonight, man. Hey, man, go turn up, man. Enjoy the weekend. Enjoy the game, man. I got William gonna be at the game, man. I saw him in the comment. You know, he in Orlando. He finna, you know what I'm saying, do Disney World, all that good shit, taking the family to the Titan game. Man, enjoy this motherfucking season, y'all, regardless of what happens, because no day is guaranteed to us. And you know, it's the Titans, man. It's this shit we love. It's that two-tone shit it's that two-tone shit we bleed, man. I mean, shoot, man. Enjoy it, y'all. Hey, y'all stay blessed. Tighten the fuck up. Let's go.